What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. And join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including 2 WWE superstars clear of COVID-19, The Rock puts over AEW, The Undertaker explains new character, Becky and Seth postpone their wedding, what Jim Ross texted Vince after WrestleMania 36, a WWE superstar is snubbed, Scott Dawson comments after leaving WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into our first story, as 2 WWE superstars are clear of COVID-19. Yesterday it was reported that a member of the broadcast team within WWE was confirmed to be COVID-19 positive, and this happened all during the taping of WrestleMania 36, which was March 26th. It was reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer to be a member of the WWE broadcast team to have the coronavirus, so many people assumed it was Corey Graves who passed it on to Carmella, as both were in self-isolation together. However, Carmella has outright denied that she tested positive for the virus. She commented on Twitter, "I appreciate your concern, but don't believe everything you read on the internet. Fortunately, I've been healthy through all of this." It was also confirmed by Dave Meltzer that Corey Graves was not the one who had the virus, it was somebody else. Of course, that identity has been kept well hidden, but again, that isn't going to stop a number of wrestling fans guessing who it was. Or whatever the case, that person has been reported to make a full recovery. Next up, The Rock puts over AEW. During a live stream, a fan asked what the Great One thought about AEW. He responded,
do I watch AEW? Yeah, I watch AEW. Of course I do. I'm very happy for the success of that company, because it's always a good thing and it creates a hunger, which is good.
It's very unlikely he'd show up in the promotion, but it's awesome to know he watches the show and has nothing but good things to say about it. Next up, The Undertaker explains his new character. So which version of The Undertaker appeared at WrestleMania 36's Boneyard match to battle AJ Styles? Was it the Dead Man, the American Badass, or something new? Turns out Taker performed as a persona he refers to as the Unholy Trinity. Taker spoke on the New Line Apparel livestream explaining,
"You know, a lot of people have been curious, like, what is the Unholy Trinity?" Well, the Unholy Trinity that I referenced was the Dead Man, the Badass, and then the Man himself, which obviously Mark Calloway, and I put them all together, and you know, that was kind of my brain was working that way. It was like it was the unification of all these three entities into one person.
During his appearance, Taker explained why he needed a new persona.
When when AJ threw that first stone and made this personal, then it made it a no-brainer. Like I couldn't stay that mainstream Undertaker and be able to respond and deal with the things that he was saying in that character.
The Undertaker's new persona was well received by fans, with the majority of the WWE Universe blown away by the Boneyard match. Next up, an update as WWE issues a statement on live shows. With many states limiting only essential businesses to operate, including Florida where the WWE Performance Center is located, they have nevertheless announced that it will be airing live editions of its weekly television. The WWE released a statement to ESPN that read, "We believe it is now more important than ever to provide people with a diversion from these hard times. We are producing content on a closed set with only essential personnel in attendance, following appropriate guidelines, while taking additional precautions to ensure the health and wellness of our performers and staff." As a brand that has been woven into the fabric of society, WWE and its superstars bringing families together and deliver a sense of hope, determination, and perseverance. As Wrestlelamia noted in an earlier news video, there are rumors that WWE is giving superstars letters to show to law enforcement officers if they are pulled over for violating the ban on non-essential work. Hopefully for the WWE and its superstars, Vince McMahon doesn't think he can brush off his explanation for violating a state ban the same way he brushed off his explanation for Roman Reigns' absence at WrestleMania 36. Next up, Ryback says wrestlers should refuse to perform. With the ongoing health crisis causing people to question whether wrestling should go on, you knew that former WWE superstar Ryback would show up to share his deep insights into the situation. The disgruntled grappler, some fans now refer to as Cryback, tweeted, "Now is the time for all wrestling talent to stand together and refuse to perform. Nothing changes without courage, and right now the world has your back like never before. Wrestling will become so much better once Vince McMahon is out completely. So do it for your kids, WWE." The big guy may have a point, but wrestlers aren't known for taking a stand in any situation, even a global health crisis. As we'll see, Ryback isn't the only person calling for wrestling to take a break until things calm down. As next up, Reby Hardy says wrestling should go on hold. Now, Reby Hardy has never been afraid to offer her opinion to the world, and now she's chiming in on promotions continuing to air wrestling. Mrs. Matt Hardy shared her thoughts on Twitter saying, "Wrestling is great and all, but it is not essential. And if WWE stans are looking for escapism via wrestling, they can watch practically every match on WWE Network. Like, it's not 1992, DVRs exist, subscription services exist. We don't need any particular program to entertain us right now. Go ahead and cancel me for the 90th time." Do you think wrestling should go on hiatus? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Becky and Seth's wedding has been postponed. The ongoing health crisis is causing many postponements and cancellations, with the upcoming nuptials between current Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins being the latest casualty. Lynch says she's currently taking online acting classes while she's at home and that her marriage to Rollins has been postponed. However, the man isn't concerned, saying, "Yeah, it has. That's gonna get pushed back, obviously." Next up, what Jim Ross texted Vince after WrestleMania 36. Despite Jim Ross working for the WWE's competition AEW, the longtime WWE announcer and Vice President of Talent Relations says he still keeps in touch with his old boss. During an interview with 411 Wrestling, good old JR talked about texting McMahon after this year's showcase of the Immortals. So what did Ross have to say? "So I still have great respect for Vince. I texted him my congratulations on the success of WrestleMania because I thought it was, by and large, an artistic miracle that they were able to do what they did in the environment that they were operating in." Ross had nothing but good things to say about McMahon, who he says he's been friends with for 25 years. Ross also talked about WWE boosting Matt Hardy by trying to bury him. There was no question that Matt Hardy wasn't going to get a push during the last few weeks of his WWE contract, especially with the likelihood of Matt jumping to AEW. It's no surprise that the WWE had Randy Orton destroy Hardy on Raw during their build-up for the Vipers feud with Edge. Did the WWE bury Matt by having Randy Orton destroy him 2 weeks in a row? Well, current AEW announcer Jim Ross doesn't think so. Ross has a point, as Matt Hardy got some big exposure prior to his WWE exit, and he certainly didn't look like a jabroni as Randy Orton used heel tactics to beat him down the first week, then attacked Hardy, whose storyline status was that of a wrestler who was not cleared to perform. Next up, a WWE superstar is not happy being snubbed from a tournament. With current NXT Cruiserweight champion Jordan Devlin trapped in the UK due to travel restrictions, the Black and Gold brand is holding a round-robin tournament to crown an interim champion. According to WWE.com, the tournament will run as follows. 8 superstars will be split into 2 groups of 4. Superstars will compete against each of the 3 other members of their group. The superstar with the best record in each group will advance to the championship match. Any ties will be broken by head-to-head record. The winner of Group A will face the winner of Group B to determine the new interim NXT Cruiserweight champion. Group A consists of Kushida, Drake Maverick, former Cruiserweight champion Tony Nese, and Jake Atlas. Group B is comprised of Isaiah Swerve Scott, El Hijo del Fantasma, former Cruiserweight champion Akira Tozawa, and gentleman Jack Gallagher. One former champion expressed his displeasure at being left out, tweeting, "Is this still April Fools? No man of the hour? No 25-year-old piece of gold? No Versace doctor? No former Cruiserweight champion? No Leo MF Rush? Do you think Rush should have been added to the tournament? If not, do you think the WWE might find a way to inject himself into the tournament by nefarious means?" And finally, Scott Dawson comments after leaving WWE. Now the Revival are gone from the WWE, what did the men who performed as Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder have to say about their former workplace? Dawson and Wilder are now believed to be working by the names Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, and while we haven't heard from Wheeler, here's what Harwood had to say on his Twitter account. "There comes a point where a reasonable man will swallow his pride and admit he's made a terrible mistake. The truth is, I've never been a reasonable man. #FTR, #wake up and fight." According to the article at WrestlingNews.co, both men are reportedly free to sign with any wrestling promotion at any time. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.